Welcome to Module 8 of the DevOps Foundation course. We're going to talk about sharing, shadowing, and evolving. DevOps Days is certainly a great way to encourage sharing. Actually, anybody can arrange a DevOps Days. This is something that was started way back then in 2009 by Patrick DuBois, and by now it's become a whole structure where there's a DevOpsDays.org that helps people set up a DevOps Days event. You can do it within your company or even publicly. So some organizations are either using the DevOps Days capabilities or doing something equivalent within the company, giving it teams and individuals an opportunity to learn and share in an organized event, discussing, engaging, and providing feedback to each other. It's typically a series of 30-minute presentations. It can be internal or external. People bring in some experts. For example, I've been to some DevOps Days where they brought in even Gene Kim, and you can also augment that with smaller events like Ignite, would be a 5-minute rapid fire topic session that just get people together, or an open space breakout session where you just have people get together informally and chat about some event. It's a great way to, share, but also learn from each other. Well, the most effective way is a physical location. These days, even you can do a virtual sharing event. It's also possible through some of the virtual, online tools these days. That's feasible. Anyhow, we definitely encourage participating in DevOps Days and maybe even organizing one or two for your organization. All right, here's a little activity. I recommend you spend about 50 minutes in self-reflection on this question. Now think about which of the topics covered over the last couple of days, meaning the whole course, that you think you'd like to explore further. Maybe something that if you were to do an open space discussion at a DevOps Days, what would that be? What would you like to understand and share with other people, share your own ideas and get feedback from other people. So, stop the video, spend some time really thinking about what would be that key topic that you're most interested in. Having said that, I'm going to assume you did that, and I'm moving forward. So let's talk about DevOps in the enterprise. There's a case story here by Disney. Jason Cox, the director of systems engineering, said there's no secret to creating digital magic. So obviously they're referring to their movies and their business. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing more things because we're curious. So it's all about innovation, and certainly sharing has a lot to do with that. And by implementing DevOps, they were able to get things like 30 minutes to update 100 servers instead of 8 hours. So a lot of improvement. Less system drift, so more control over controlling their environments, delivering continuously and consistently, and having halved the cost while delivering more. Basically, their movies became more efficient, I guess. Said the bottom line is the digital expansion of business means more work and firefighting. So that means you need to get more efficient. And certainly sharing has a lot to do with that. If you think about the different roles associated with DevOps and skills, in general, the demand for DevOps resources is growing and making it even difficult for organizations to attract new talent because there's a lot of competition for DevOps people. The breakneck speed at which technologies are evolving also makes it difficult for individuals to keep up with all the skill sets. Ensuring individuals have soft skills as well, the people skills, which often, a lot of engineers start their career thinking they only need to deal with technologies, and along comes something like DevOps, where sharing and people skills becomes critical. So you need to be a good culture fit, understand what it makes to be a good team player, for example. So different strategies for that: training, certifications such as this course, immersive coaching programs, restructuring pay and incentives and corporate culture, supplementing internal teams with outsourced talent where that makes sense, offering recruiting bonuses, obviously a way to attract talent, but in general, it's a pretty competitive world out there for DevOps engineers. Today, CIOs are looking for workers who can shift gears and adapt. So the people that are demonstrating that they are, not only technically competent, but are, team players and open to sharing and demonstrate results by doing those sort of things are generally more attractive. This is actually a report from the DevOps Institute called Upskilling, and one of the excerpts from that is just comparing the idea of culture, automation, lean metrics, and skills, and how it's connecting IT transformations with digital transformations. So in general, IT transformations is, just overhauling systems and infrastructure, while digital transformation generally is a broader process of, uh, using digital technology in all the different business areas across not only the technology, but also the humans, the people, the processes, the technology, and different services. So it's a complete transformation. The approach for digital transformation is really to involve everybody and everything, basically the entire organization. Ultimately, if you're really going to, migrate to DevOps, you're generally not going to do it in just piecemeal. It's going to be across the organization, not all at once, but overall, that's the goal. It applies to all the different digital transformation aspects towards the business. So you become a digitally centered business to get the advantages of the efficiencies and effectiveness of digital, including different metrics. How do you measure business will change as you get, the different technologies and organization changes, measuring things like culture, automation, lean metrics, skills, the comms idea, and apply that to measurement as well, like we talked about in the last module. Okay, so these are just some of the skills and characteristics of a DevOps professional. It's certainly not an exhaustive list. DevOps professionals tend to have a broad range of skills as well as a wide range of skills and understanding of the broader organization. So the different skills are things like business knowledge of business priorities and processes, being a technical specialist with also broad general knowledge, what they call the T-shaped person with, deep skills as well as broad skills, and at least one area of, deep interest. Soft skills as well, being good communicator, collaborator, team player, self-management, initiative, time manager, and stress management, self-motivated. Definitely this, it's a busy job, and stress can happen. So managing stress is also a key part of your skill set. Different characteristics of, of a good DevOps professional: be adaptable, very customer focused. That's the only way you'll ever sort out risks and priorities, is knowing what your clients need. Be good at your craft and proud of it. Be curious, data driven, be engaged, be empathetic with other people, and make sure that your work is transparent so other people will build trust around that, as we discussed in prior module. In general, generalist technical knowledge includes understanding of DevOps practices, as well as modern software engineering practices and also modern architecture. So there's a pretty broad range of skills that are expected of a good DevOps professional. Many roles associated with DevOps. There are some people that argue you shouldn't even have a DevOps, role per se. Instead, it should be just part of the organization. There isn't really any one structure. That comes up on the quiz, by the way. But there are many structures that can work and some that don't work as well. Usually there's somebody in the organization that performs as a DevOps evangelist or leader, somebody that's driving for change, a change agent. Of course, you've got the software engineers, developers, and testers involved in DevOps as, if nothing else, as clients of the DevOps tool chains and so on. Release management as well, environment managers, product owners, scrum masters, delivery architects, possibly build engineers, security engineers and security people, quality assurance people, operations engineers, IT support people, platform engineers, site reliability engineers. You may think of some others as well, but it's a pretty long list of people that are affected by DevOps. So no doubt this is why, a transformation it's a big effort across the board, because it affects pretty much everybody. It's a way of working. It's not just a new tool or something.